before Marco. Ciao. Tutti auguri, dove sciopero?
È sempre.
Ah, auguri. Ciao.
Ciao Lino.
Ciao, ciao bello. I love Venice, and then I think I came to die here, but I prefer spend more time in Seattle than here. No question about that.
As far as I'm concerned, he's probably the best glass blower I've ever seen. Maybe, you know, he might even be able to go so far as I wouldn't doubt if he was the best glass blower that ever was.
The impact that he made when he first came over was enormous.
He's almost like Miles Davis of the glass world.
Nobody will ever do that, not in this generation.
It was like watching an illusionist, you know.
I don't even know if he knows how many lives he's touched and how many people are inspired by him.
Lino's always been the first to say, just do it.
It's okay, come on, don't worry. One dinosaur, Pilcher 96. The bubble a little bit longer.
It developed because in '95 you were there with Keiko, watching him make the thing.
With the advanced stripe king. It's possible to see with this kind of stuff here.
Now, what you're about to see here is what Lino calls Pilchuck 96, a perfect example of his ability to take age-old glass-making techniques and somehow make them new again. He'll grab the ball of glass on the end of the bubble and bend it back up toward the blowpipe. And then he will let the bubble cool a bit, knock off the excess, then he will transfer the piece off the blowpipe onto a punty.
Okay, boss.
It's then heated, brought back out, he removes more excess glass. Then with the tweezers creates a hole so he can open the form. Back into the fire, some more shaping. And finally, a very large and difficult to trim. That's how Lino does it.
Blah, 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 blah. Perfect. All right, Manuel. This one, this is the street when we go to play. We play soccer here all the time. We came to play here. I saw big fire, and then I stopped because a big fire, and then I saw that somebody, they make a wonderful pieces, giant pieces, a lot of activity, a lot of action. And then my God, that's unbelievable, very beautiful. At the time we work with wood, and we make a lot of smoke, a lot of fire, a lot of things. And then finally they make beautiful pieces. And they are very impressed. And then I promised myself, one time I want to do something, something like this. Here we came after school or before school, it's a very, very few boats here. No engine at all. The ship never come out. Tourists, nobody see the tourists here. I don't remember the tourists. Here is in our pool, in our everything. We running, we swimming, we doing, we have the gang, we do incredible things. After swimming, we clean here. We came here. It's a very good, it's a very excellent water. I love this water, fantastic.
And he's very much aware of this tradition. And well, but for him, this is material, you see, not something to copy or to do better. Or he just takes all these parts together, and out comes the work of Lino Tagliapietra.
No, stripe like this.
Okay.
Che te voglio bene, che te voglio male, piovava in canale.
you're going to see coming up is another signature Lino Tagliapietra technique that's been copied the world over. It's called switching the axis. He transfers the piece to another blowpipe, allowing him to radically change the direction of the colored lines. That's how Lino does it.
Yeah, one plate, give me one drop of the color, maybe red. Maybe say Nancy for we do one pickup.
No, that's great. So clean.
Hey, madam. Okay, Kale. Perfetto, David. Aspetta di godere, aspetta di put here. They are completely different because not TV. And then all the people came outside to talk in the night. Here, and the wall, the room wall, they are strictly connected.
Yeah, we spend 50 years together.
So how long did it take before you went out on a date?
I think 10 minutes. Ciao. Ciao, ciao. For some reason, my hands stay always a little bit light. When I have an opportunity, I stop at the Archimedes Seguso. I go to work in the do chandelier part, and then I start to make cups. I never make cups before. For maybe 5, 6 years, I work maybe every single day, 2, 3, 4 hours extra time just for learn to do it. Yeah, I feel probably I come at the right time, the right moment.
In the 60s, blowing glass in Berkeley, in California, we pretty much thought we were inventing glass blowing as we were going. We looked in books, I looked in books, and I saw that there's this whole other way of working And it was pretty obvious. You know, I've been blowing glass for a year or so, and I realized that I had to go and learn how to really blow glass, which was pretty, you know, the teachers they'd been blowing glass maybe a few months more than I had. So I was going to Italy, and I just made it that was the next part of my job, my career, was to go to Italy and see what I could see.
I didn't blow glass there, but I got to work with the teams that were making things for me and learned a lot about the teamwork. And I don't think anybody's better at teamwork than the Italians.
It was just amazing, everything I saw. And no one really knew why I wanted to blow glass, because I was as skilled as about like a 10-year-old. But I wanted to do it myself, and they helped me out. And some people were really nice, and some people were very mean. Anyway, one of the guys, the maestro I worked with, was Keiko Angara, and his sister Lina is married to Lino. So Lino heard about me when I was there. I never met him, or if I did, I don't remember him. And he had worked at Vanini, but wasn't working there then.
And it was right when I was finishing up graduate school at Rhode Island School of Design in Providence, Rhode Island. Being involved with the studio movement from the not from the very beginning, but from early on, working with glass was somewhat primitive. There was a wonderful no-holds-bar attitude as far as approaching the material, but as far as the craft of blowing glass was pretty primitive, and that was due to the fact that we never really had any traditional master craftsmen to work with or to really show us proper technique or traditional ways of working with glass. Everybody was pretty much learned on their own and were self-taught. So it was an obvious goal on my part to go to Murano, which is, for glass blowers, like going to Mecca. In working at Vanini, I worked with the master glass blower Keiko Ongaro, who was the first master blower that I actually brought to Pilchuck in 1978. Keiko's an incredible man and a very open kind of individual, in that all the Americans and many of the foreign designers that would come to work at the Vanini factory would work with Keiko. Anyway, I brought Keiko to Pilchuck in 1978, and after this remarkable first year of experience working in the glass factory, and we had a wonderful summer at Pilchuck. He was very informative and very sharing with all the Venetian techniques and so on and so forth. Anyway, we ended that summer and went back to Italy that fall. And about November or so, we were planning for the next summer's program at Pilchuck. And I said to Keiko, Keiko, are you ready to come back to Pilchuck? And he said, no, I don't think so. But let me introduce you to my brother-in-law. He's a real good glass blower. His name is Lino.
Get a guy like Lino showing up, and it puts it at a different level. Like, I can't think of a metaphor for it, because it raised the stakes so much higher. It's like whoever was considered super good at blowing glass at that point in time in the United States, by comparison, was an amateur at best. We're basically talking about somebody who really is pretty much the best glass blower in the world.
That time was magic. Lino coming, the timing of it all. I mean, there would be no way you could put that together again in history. Lino, one of the best in the world, coming here, inspiring these young guys. You know, not only all of us who had blown glass for, 10 years or more, but people just getting into the trade and seeing what a master could do. And it was phenomenal to all of us. We were all just sitting there with our mouths open.
Even my English, they are not at all we communicate with the glass.
Want any specific color, like cobalt?
I like cobalt, no aquamarine, please. Yellow, purple. Cobalt, yellow, purple, red. Okay, do it. Okay, later. Yep, thank you. Some more money. A little bit more in color.
How big is this going to be, boss?
Huh?
How big?
Nice size. Come here, Manuel. Come here, Manuel. Come here, come here, come here, come here. You close. When you go in the bar, then you close. Give it to me. Give it to me. Eat it. Yeah. Go to it.
Impressive. Beautiful thing.
This one is at the wing. Before God, there must be one more. Okay, David, you okay? Okay, go, okay. Cover the pipe. Jenny, grab it, yeah. Grab it, yeah. Up top. Okay, go, David, go, David. Oh, perfect. No, down. Blow, Nancy. Blow, Nancy. Blow, Nancy. Blow, very hard. Okay, perfect. Stop it. Keep it straight. David. Don't move it up. Stay up, going up a little bit. No, the opposite side. Yep, like this. Yeah. All right. Keep it like this. Okay. All right. Okay, going up there. Keep it there. Okay, up, came down, going up. Grab it. Okay, slowly. Yeah.
Lino being the one who came back year after year after year and had such this remarkable sharing sensibility with students in showing them how to work the glass, and it's so profound in that, here's an example. Myself as a student early on in the studio movement in 1974, what I was able to accomplish as far as a finished product in, say, from 1974 to 1975, before I had any exposure to any of this, any of the Italians, The type of object that I could make was very, very primitive. You take a student today and give them a 1-year period, the sophistication of an object that a student could now make in 1 year's time is tenfold more advanced than when I was a student. And that's simply due to the fundamentals that have been passed along by the Venetians. Very, very fundamental basic principles that we had no concept of. That is, I mean, just for example, the moil, which is the glass that's actually gathered onto the blowpipe. We were taught to make the moil as small as possible to conserve glass. In order to make any object, particularly of any scale, you need to have a huge moil that gives you a foundation for the bubble. We didn't understand any of that. The proper understanding of how to distribute the glass around the bubble using the blocks and so on and so forth was not understood by any of us in those beginning days because we were just winging it, trying to figure out how to do it on our own.
Twist, they come out in the middle. Twist, Jenny. Ora sì, questo no. This. We go to eat. I'm hungry.
Okay, good.
For me, it's just a bit with the friends.
Mario, la mia parte.
You are the cast, the top. E buon cammino.
Tanto. C'ho l'inizio, dice fatto.
No. What are you doing? Paolo? You're great. Forget the fork. Just do it. Sto bravo. He wants to translate what he say. He say maybe it's at the first, but everything I change. I know him myself. He say like we always we have a discussion. Salute. I like to buy tools. When I have a chance, I buy tools. I'm looking for all tools. This one is for with the tail like this. With like this, it's for making some shape at the tip. We call in Venetian the small one. It's a Borsei tonde, tagliante tonde, but it's a diamond shears. Borsei flat, Ise flat. I like it, this one very, very, very much. Borsei da capar tonde. Tonde.
What's that?
But means they do for when we do sun caps, we do the Borsei escuger, like a spoon tools. This one is good for do the one kind different sharp, also for do the dragon, the wing the dragon. And then this one is a very fantastic name, Borsei gelosia. Jealous because when you push here, pinch. The jealousy, pinch the art. When you have new jacks, you must, it's like a new person. It's an extension of your hands until you don't feeling together. It doesn't work properly, It's a very, very, you must have a feeling. Catch the feeling, take a time, no question about it, take a time.
Maybe an auto.
Okay. The lift, so abbiamo tutto. Proprio. Hold the pipe. Down? No, only a little below it. Yeah, it is. Okay. It's okay.
I think the most important for Lino in the studio glass movement is, well, to give young people this sense of quality, of extreme master work in the craft sense, and well, to make people aware that they have to try and that it's not easy. The studio glass movement started with, well, technique is cheap, you know, and do it for 1 year and what comes out is art. That's the opposite position that Lino has, and that's what he is teaching young people in the United States and in other places, and that's very important.
The part that I found the most intriguing was that he he actually did this, you know, that he would take the time out of his life to come over and show a bunch of kids how to do this.
He came and just shared so openly when it was really forbidden within his culture to actually do that. Historically, there's nobody that's really done that. And the fact that he kind of took a chance and was able to come here and interact with American artists, and I think that gave him a lot too.
He was just really brave to do it. He made a lot of enemies in Murano. The people who didn't like him coming and sharing all his secrets, they didn't realize that he was helping them. And I think some of them realize it now because they have a wider audience than they ever had before. Murano, Italian glass, was pretty insulated for a long time.
The people want to talk about the secret all the time. How is possible to talk about the secret if you have maybe for 1 year some American students work in Venini? I think it's ridiculous, you know. And if we have maybe for 10 years, we have maybe 5, 6 major artists came Venini and they work there. I think we talk about secret, I think it's ridiculous. No in Pilcha for 3 weeks, of course, or 2 weeks, no make a huge difference. Yeah. But it must be turned up, it's cold, it's too cold. Yeah, but they don't go inside. I want to do more Morini boat. Flip it.
Harry Potter.
Totally crazy. Sorry. Love is better. Bravo. Buongiorno. I choose to work with them. Yeah. Probably they choose me.
They choose you.
No, I like them. They are fantastic.
Sometimes the glass tell you what you must do, because this one is true. I have this kind of feeling when I make some pieces. The piece told me, do like that, do like this, it's better like this, don't do like this, always.
Back at the boathouse when we weren't used to the 7 days a week, and he'd want somebody to start gathering right at 7 o'clock. Okay, gather. People would show up at like 7:10, and that didn't go over so well. So we had to regroup and okay, first person get here, 6:30. Lino wants a hand. Lino wanted a pipe in his hand at 7 o'clock, and then we, boom, and just keep going. And it was he'd outlasted. I mean, half of us. I'd be sitting down on the bench around the corner going, okay.
Definitely defies logic and age and everything, all the natural things that you can think of that would hold someone back. I don't know, he's got a special energy, there's no doubt about it. So it makes me want to get up and when I'm feeling like what to do, it's like, keep going, so.
I think this would look really very beautiful, like this one, to have with this one.
Yeah, yeah.
And Cecilia said you borrowed all of these from people.
I'm looking for, if I found the original one, I do in 1966. And then I showed the technique how we needed to do it the correct way. I think I have some more.
I can imagine Lino still working to the point where he can't get up from the bench anymore, and we have to bring him the piece, and he shapes it. That's not far-fetched. If he still wants to work, he'll find a way.
He just keeps going. You think he's done it all, but then he comes up like a magician. He comes up, watch me pull a rabbit out of my hat. He comes up with something new, and you're just blown away. Like, how did you think of that?
I think, I hope that the people see the love for the material, for the fire, for the art. I try to be honest with myself. I think that's all.